Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signore. We're here with an Astroworld update because Doja Cat, who very popular singer, you know some of her songs, I'm sure, very catchy stuff. She is now in the headlines because she paused her show, not for seconds, not for a minute. She stopped her show full stop for almost 5 minutes to help a fan in need, saying we can't have that happen. And we have the footage here we're going to go through, and I want to go through this footage here because I got to be honest. Look, I never really followed Doja Cat, but then I went and checked out her songs, and I'm like, oh yeah, I totally know these songs. They're really catchy. I can't sing them here. Kiss me, but super catchy, fun stuff, and whatever. Never had a problem with her. Wasn't as into her, but now I'm into her because I'm just impressed by the way she handled this. And of course, she's, I'm sure, doing this even more so because of what happened in Astroworld, but she did it right, in my opinion, and I wanted to share it with you. We're also going to go through an update on Astroworld as we have some more information about the gag order, Travis Scott's travel, as well as Azealia Banks just bailed on a concert because it died. And we have a special addition at the end about a Brazilian artist who did something completely unrelated, but talking about concerts. So lots to go through in this little quick piece as we're live here. But let's go through some of this footage. So here's Doja. I got to be careful as the music stops, as she's telling the music to get cut, as she's really looking deep. And the reason I think it's like really important to look at this is because at some point, we don't have to watch all of it, but we're going to start and stop some of this to react. She senses something's wrong, right?
Yep.
Which, I'm sorry, Travis did have enough there to sense something could be wrong, right? This is where the things 100%. I do to connect, and I think big show, this is Lollapalooza, Argentina, huge venue, huge show. She even admits it's hard to really tell what's going on. She's struggling to see, but she knows something's not right. And to her credit, she stops mid-song, she ends the show.
Yep.
Somebody needs help over there. Is that right? Am I right? Somebody needs help? Okay. Yo, I love you guys. I really do.
No shade being thrown. Just like this is what a real artist with empathy towards their fans has. Is like I feel it so much more than Travis standing on his spindle doing the weird dirge.
We can't have that happening. So I'm not just gonna.
The vibe of the show's killed is where I really genuinely think he was worried about.
Doesn't matter.
Over any safety. No, audiences will thrive in this. They'll be grateful you stopped it, and you can tell.
As long as somebody's going out there and you guys over there in that circle that just signaled to me, when everything's okay, you just go like this. Just do that. Okay.
Like she's trying to make signals happen.
Yeah.
She's
Okay,
like this is a huge.
This
is what you watch, artists.
Like this.
Yep.
Whether something's wrong or not, better to be safer than sorry. And good on her because she's taking the time. She's really focused on it. She's in with the fans. She's paused it. The fans are there with her. They're not going anywhere. She's not leaving.
Hey.
And if anything, the fans are now more into her, right? They're like, hells yeah, you love us.
While this is happening, you said what?
Now, and again, and the other thing that's interesting about as you watch this in such a big festival, which his was, I believe it's hard to see what's going on. And she's going to make a point, and she's doing it, but she's not stopping until she's positive that whatever she thought was wrong is fixed. And that's the mentality all these artists need. This isn't even her show. She's got people filming it, Lollapalooza. She didn't give a shit who she pissed off.
Nope. And that's the way it should be, though. Right? You can tell that she genuinely does care about the people that are here. You see it on her face. You can tell how concerned she is.
Right, and that's another good thing to point out. She's an Argentinian, so she's not even in English. I'm sure a lot of these audience members don't speak English, but they're screaming "No mas," and so she's understanding. Okay.
I'm sorry, I can't keep going if things aren't good. I'm sorry.
She doesn't have to apologize.
No mas.
She right.
Is everything okay? No.
Yeah, I love that too because Travis would have taken that. Okay, They gave me the approval. Let's
Yep.
keep going. I got to keep the vibe going. But no, she's like, are they actually
Nope.
okay, or is the crowd just cheering?
It's not okay. I'm sorry.
And it wasn't okay. And then here she goes to get more, figure out what she can do.
I'm not going until the girl with the green shirt tells me it's okay. Or the... Hold
That's
on.
awesome. It's awesome.
I want to ask you guys a question. Does it matter that everybody here gets home safe? Right?
Those are some intense
Make
nails.
noise if everybody who needs to get home safe needs to get home safe.
Doctor.
Then you're on my side, right? That's all that matters. Did you guys enjoy the show?
Someone's holding up a phone that says doctor, so clearly there's something wrong out there. Or whether
Yeah.
someone's having a asthma, who knows what it is. It could be even not.
I
Might
mean,
not
a
be
pet
crowd.
festival like that, festival like that, you could get dehydrated so quickly. There
Yep.
could be all types of things.
And I just appreciate she's taking her time. She's not messing around. She's not getting the peer pressure, the crowd pressure, the vibe. None of it's getting to her. She's taking her time with this.
Listen, you guys, it's nobody's fault. This stuff happens. There's a lot of people, and people get, you know what I mean? People get crushed. Like, it's a lot. If you could see from where the point of view that I'm seeing it from, it's a lot of people. So it's nobody's fault. Everybody wants to be here.
Right. And the reality of those, as hard as it is, she managed to look for it, didn't she, Kim? She managed to look
Yep.
and still, any suspicion, stop it.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This kind of stuff, it happens. So don't get, you know, sad or upset. I'll be back. I will. I promise.
I think too, it's so interesting that there were a lot of people that said that Travis was nervous that if he had drawn attention to it, that the crowd would have gone ballistic.
Right.
But look at the control she has.
Right, because
of
they're
these
there for
people.
them. They're there for the artist, and the artist is in
amazing.
charge of the show. They're the showman. They can dictate how things go.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, talk to your crowd. The crowd's just as happy to, as long as you're still standing there interacting with them, right?
Yeah, just awesome.
All right. Y'all good over there? You good? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Yep, back in.
And now, how excited is everyone now going into? She does her hit here. At this point, I think. And well deserved. Done. That's how it's done, folks. That's an artist that I respect and appreciate. Didn't mess around. Got it done. Played it safe, extra safe. And that's what we all need to do in the new climate we live in, because those festivals can be very intense. They don't have water, all the stuff that's going on there. And I think, if anything, there needs to be more roving security that can get to the artist faster. So a show can be, if there's a real danger or something needs to be alerted, whether it's during a song or, hey, during the next break, just make a point to say something. You know, like, there needs to be more of these artists need to step up and not be afraid of wrecking the vibe. You know what I mean, Kim? That's what's so frustrating here. Like, I don't at a show, if they got to stop in between a song to add a little time to make sure that the whole venue's safe and everyone's getting home safe, who the hell's going to have a problem with that? What are your thoughts as you see this?
I think spending 5 minutes to make sure that people are safe at the expense of wrecking a vibe. I mean, Astroworld is a vibe now.
Yeah.
It's still a vibe.
It's
It's going to affect every other show he ever does for the rest of his life. Take the 5 minutes and make sure everyone is okay.
Yeah, it's
the
so
right
easy.
thing to do. It's the right thing to do.
And if anything, now it's just good on her. It's good. This is good PR, right? This is good PR and good on for her, and it made me a fan. I will remember now Doja Cat even more. It made me look her up, and she got and because she did the right thing. And I think more artists need to be doing that, and it's just the right thing to do, and it's going to help them long term. So good on her for doing that as she pauses the show. And so that brings us sort of back down to, well, what's up with Astroworld? Because How's Travis Scott dealing with things? Well, latest here, he's flying back to Los Angeles in a private jet, had an Astroworld court hearing for violating his gag order. Now, what about this gag order? To remind you guys, we reported on this when he did his Project Heal initiative, which I'm sorry, I'm calling it for what it is. I did it then, I'm going to do it now. It's a PR stunt. He did an elaborate PR stunt, I think, from his team and threw a lot of money at it to dissuade the jury. And because he wasn't allowed to talk about Astroworld any further. He was supposed to wait for the investigation to stop. He was under a gag order. And what he did instead was create this PR thing to sort of help create safety under his terms. And I'm sorry, he doesn't have a right to do that yet. And his victims don't think so either, including the father 9-year-old Astro victim, Ezra. They should pull Scott under the gag order umbrella or scrap it altogether so that the playing field is level. Basically, he's like saying, we can't say shit, but he can go out there and do press releases and get good favoring with everybody by putting out Project Heal and yada, yada, yada. I mean, I'd be pissed if I was this kid's family. Legal battle raging over the gag order that has muzzled lawyers representing the Astroworld victims and attendees, meaning they're not allowed to talk. But Travis Scott is now... here it is. So the father of Ezra argues that the first time that the publicity order should be scrapped if it's not extended to Scott. If defendant Scott's First Amendment concerns are genuine and legal supported, the court should rescind the publicity order so that the playing field is level. Dad and his lawyers previously asked in an emergency motion Wednesday that the court clarify or amend the gag order to make it clear it covers Scott. They argue that Scott's Tuesday announcement of a $5 million philanthropic effort, at least partially aimed at addressing safety challenges for large-scale events, violated the spirit of the order, if not the letter. Speaking to Rolling Stone, Ezra's grandmother, Teresa Blount, called Project Heal and the announcement a PR stunt designed to sway the jurors before they've even assembled. Scott's lawyers shot back in a reply Thursday saying the musician has a First Amendment right to speak publicly about important philanthropic work. Like, look at that. The fact that, like, read between the lines there, guys.
Yeah.
This is a PR plan through his lawyers. They're trying to do that exactly. And we have a First Amendment. Whenever you have to defend your First Amendment right to the victims of the families that you had something to do with, you know you're in a bad place. Kim, if I'm like at a point where I've done something wrong, and instead of like doing whatever I can to this family, I'm out there arguing about my First Amendment rights to them, to the family of the children who are no longer with us, my God, you know you're on the wrong side of things. And I know there's a lot of Travis fans who think we're being hard on him, and oh my God, give him a break. I'm sorry, this kind of shit makes me furious. This is not how you handle matters, and I don't believe he's learned a thing. It's this bullshit.
And it's true, though, and I think it's incredibly frustrating for the family because, if Travis can say whatever he wants, then they should be able to. And I think if anybody's ever been through like a lawsuit type thing where there's certain things you have to keep your mouth shut about and how much that overtakes your life, and it's annoying and it sucks and it's not something that anybody wants to go through, but it's a reality. You have to respect the system. You have to respect the process, and it's got to be fair. And I don't think that what's happened here with Travis doing this work, I think they're absolutely right. This could absolutely influence a jury.
Absolutely. Without a doubt, yeah. I mean, and so they said
fair.
They said here, the lawyers said the problem isn't Scott donating money, it's with the artist touting such work through a highly sophisticated marketing campaign designed as reputation repair. Team Scott has expertly deployed a well-worn diversion strategy, dump a ton of money into new programs, make sure the world knows you are doing it, and then wait for the applause. Hillard's bogus allegations continue to fly in the face of logic. Travis' support of charitable causes has been ongoing for years, has helped unprivileged youth graduate without debt, explore creative fields. Spokesman for Scott shot back in a new statement to Rolling Stone. So they're buying. Well, yeah, Scott does this all the time. The timing is completely coincidental. Bullshit.
No.
And so that's where it is. So the latest that was a couple weeks ago. The latest coming in is that he is going back to L.A. For violating this gag order. He is now waiting. We're waiting sort of the further hearing to see what's going to happen here. Did he violate? What's going to happen? This is the emergency motion that was scheduled for the 28th, I guess. So we got still a few more days. It's a PR stunt. He's pretty much trying to sway jurors before they're even assembled. That's what the grandmother said. Again, to reiterate, he's trying to make himself look good, but it doesn't look that way to someone with our eyes. What we're seeing is that he's done wrong, and now he's trying to be the good guy and trying to give his own verdict on safety. Well said. Well said. So there it is. Again, and also important to remember how he was previously arrested for disorderly conduct multiple times. And inciting riots. This is where this audience has gotten this energy and where it came from. And so, Project Heal, dude, you know where you can put that, Travis. Not the time, not the place. You got a lot of healing yourself to do before you come out and give us plans on how to do it. All these victims, it's just horrifying that you're trying to like save it by paying for your healing. When no, do what the families want, my man. If they want you to take off for a year, you know what? I guess you're taking off for a year. It seems pretty clear-cut to me, Kim. It's really confusing how he's going to keep just pretending like, guys, sorry to all these loved ones, but yeah, I'm going to move on and see. I did good because I gave money. Leave me alone. I'm not feeling it. And then on top of that, just as we wrap up this segment here, Azealia Banks canceled her concert, calling it a potential repeat of Astroworld. She had a concert promoting or creating a bed for a sort of Astroworld catastrophe, she said. She's referring to a show that was scheduled for March 26th at the Brooklyn venue, Brooklyn Steel. It's now been deleted, but it's saying the event has been canceled. It's always been Azealia Banks' policy to never financially exploit concertgoers and the overall disregard in lieu of selling a ticket. In a text post, explained that she had a hard time deciding to cancel the event, but she wasn't willing to compromise her beliefs. Where 18 to 40-year-old kids and adults are allowed to socialize while possibly under the influence is something I cannot get behind without any precautionary measures in place. The folks at Bowery Presence are obliviously creating a bed for a sort of Astroworld catastrophe. I will make a video explaining to you how my genuine concern for the health and safety of my fans. I was definitely stuck between a rock and a hard place, as AEG is not a relationship I ever intended on compromising, but a 6 to 8 hour party where 18 to 40-year-old kids are allowed to socialize under the influence is not safe. Folks have already presented this as a catastrophe. You know how sensitive I am about the safety and well-being of my fans and supporters. More than the potential disaster being a type of a bad PR stunt, more than the potential disaster being a type of bad PR that Azealia Banks cannot afford at this stage in her career, knowing that anyone who came to celebrate with me was injured, assaulted, poisoned, overdosed, or lost their lives due to negligence on the part of me or anyone involved with this event is not something I'm mentally prepared to deal with. Good for her. And of course, if something did go wrong, promoters would do nothing but protect themselves and use me as a scapegoat. I'm learning to avoid these types of landmines before they even become an issue. Good for her, right? That again, Travis. Even if Travis somehow isn't responsible, if we find out more comes out and it's like, well, no, he didn't know. He really didn't know it was these guys' fault, right? If that does somehow come out, he's still responsible in a way, right? He's still accountable because it was his show, and he's got to own that up, and then he's got to go see who really caused the problem. But either way, moving forward, this is the type of attitude and energy that we need moving forward, because a lot of these venues don't care. The promoters don't care. They are going to put people at risk. Thoughts on all this, Kim, as we wrap up this segment before we move on to some more news?
Well, it's good to see. I mean, if anything good can come from this, I'm glad to see more artists are feeling more comfortable with taking a stand and not being afraid that it's going to hurt their career. Because I think we all, at the end of the day, we all have a lot of things that divide us, but I think at the end of the day, we all want everyone to be safe. We don't want anybody to get hurt. We just want to be able to enjoy art and enjoy shows and have it be fun and keep it fun. You should be afraid when you go out to have a good time. So it's good to see everybody kind of coming together on that. That's something I think most of us can agree on, which is nice to see.
Yeah, well said. Jason, I got your tip. Thank you so much for the support in the comment. Regardless of what you feel about Travis, why are you acting like Travis didn't do the exact same thing Doja, Billy, and David Grohl during the Astroworld concert? There's multiple videos of Travis stopping many concerts online to get his fans help. We've gone through the footage. There's one moment in the show, the Astroworld we're talking specifically. There's one moment he stopped, and we've played it ad nauseum, where he is on top of a pillar with some sort of spike, and he does his dirge, like whoa, whoa, the weird auto-tune dirge, as someone he could see was taken out. He did do that. I've called that out. However, The moment where he saw the ambulance or the red lights, the blue lights, where he was genuinely concerned, he did not do anything. He didn't, Jason. He didn't. And I got a problem with that. On top of that, there's a moment where his friends or whatever, people stormed the stage at a point when things were going to shit, try to come to him. He said, no. He shrugged it off and pushed them away and kept the show going, which then mirror the same comments of, I don't want to disrupt the vibe. Now, you're going back and there's videos of many concerts online of Travis. Dude, the concert footage of Travis is him starting riots at his own concerts, telling people to jump from ledges, telling people to push the barricades over and storm the stage. We want rage. We want rage. That's what Travis has done his whole life. Now, like I said, if you're listening, Jason, is there something that comes out that proves, all right, he didn't see it? Maybe he should. He still should have been more on top of it. I'm sorry, he still should have been on top of it. And even if it wasn't out of his hands, he's still responsible. It's his name on the show. I'm sorry. When you are the leader of something, when you're in charge of it, you got to take that responsibility because you hired the people. You're there. You got to take some responsibility. Now you could have done it in a way where you're really angry and you're like, I'm pissed. I didn't see it. I don't know what the hell happened, but I assure you I'm going to find out who did this and how this happened under my watch, and we're going to take care of it. And meanwhile, this falls on me, and I'm sorry it happened on my watch. It should have never happened on my watch. I don't see that kind of energy, dude. He's never shown that kind. Instead, it's, oh, man, and then now PR stunts and everything else. So I'm sorry, Jason. We've followed this so closely, and I don't agree. I don't think he made a move where he stopped the whole show like these others did. And in those instances, they weren't rage-fueled concert settings that were created by Travis. That's just my opinion on things. So, agree to disagree here on that. But it's not just Travis's fault. I do totally believe there's the promoters and security. There's a lot of people at fault here. But I'm getting annoyed that Travis gets to seemingly do these PR stunts and ignore gag orders. I don't know why you're cool with that, Jason. The timing of his PR stunt, his charity, you really going to say that's not connected? When the families of Astroworld are pissed, I'm going to go with them, the families, and see how they're feeling because they're the ones who deserve anything more than me or anybody, and they're not happy with Mr. Scott. So I don't know. Open up your eyes a bit, Jason. That's the reality check I can give you. So all I can say though is to try and lighten the mood here, Kim, which we'll talk more in depth on the live show. One more big attack in a concert, a fart attack. Brazilian singer is hospitalized after holding in gas around her boyfriend. Oh, we're going to get into this in much detail during our live and so much more. But some of this stuff gets so serious, we got to try and find some funny. And I want to ask the audience, who holds in their gas around their relationships? We're going to find out. So that's the kind of stuff we always go all over the place here on Popcorn Planet. But all I got to say is to the kittens out there, meow, meow, Doja Cat, respect. Good on you for doing the right thing here. Travis Scott, stop trying to make PR stunts. Just let the investigation be done. Let's find out what happened. And then we can all reevaluate. That's my opinion. What do you guys think? Tell us in the comments down below. Make sure to subscribe to It's Kim. I'll put that in there. Share the link, Kim. She's starting a new channel. Go support Kim. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell for all alerts and all that jazz, the like and the comments. You know how engagement works. I appreciate it however you do it. And if you're watching live, don't go anywhere. We are not done. If you want to watch our members-only replays, you can always catch them anytime you want by clicking on the members-only playlist on the main channel page by hitting join.